You know? You enable these women to commit adultery because you don't enforce the laws of the Bible against adultery. The Bible tells you that if a man lie with a woman that's married to a husband, both of them shall be put to death.
God.
You know?
That's why the Lord told Mary Magdalene, because she was an adulteress, right? She was a prostitute. He said, sin no more. You know? If she revert back to her whoredom, she's gonna be put to death, man. Mm-hmm. All right? So the Lord pardoned her from her sins, and he said, sin no more.
Yep.
All right? Don't do that sin unto death anymore. All right?
That's right, man. And hey, you only have one sacrifice. And in a time where you was able to do all type of shit, you have a plethora of animals, you know what I'm saying, that you could just pass through the fires to try to pacify the both sides. You only got one sacrifice. That's Yahweh Shai.
If I may add on to that, that's why Yahweh Shai was such a worthy sacrifice, because he got tired of the multitude of sacrifices
Both sides,
that we was throwing out there. Yahweh Shai got tired of the multitude of sacrifices that we fuck up and then we begin to premeditate it. Oh, hell no, y'all abusing the liberty that I gave you.
I had to make a better covenant this time.
Yeah, I gotta do this. I gotta do this right. Niggas is fucking creatively wicked.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, man.
We really gotta do it.
That's Rock 26.
It's Rock 26 and 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry, a poor, a man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth
The one that
returneth
from
righteousness to sin.
Yeah, you was good, man. And then you're gonna return back to your own wicked ways. Heavenly Father is not pleased with that, man.
Hey, those that came in over the years and went back into the world.
Yeah.
That's what that scripture is saying. You're going right back to your old, returning back to your old vomit.
God.
You know, you just got washed off, and now you jumping right back into the mud. I'm not gonna keep washing you. I'm gonna just, go ahead and roll all over that shit, and I'm gonna just melt you. I'm gonna burn you. You know.
So if we can let that one go,
That's why I think Paul said you're going to crucify Yahweh Shai fresh.
Put him to an open shame. Hey, you can't just keep using up that the sacrifice. It tells us in Galatians only not to use this liberty for the occasion to the flesh. You know, don't use it as a cloak of lasciviousness.
Get out of jail card.
Yeah. The Lord's not gonna, he's not. He has to. Hey, the Lord gave this judgment unto his son, so Yahweh Shai can choose whether he wanted to forgive you or not. He has the power to forgive sins, man. You know. Go ahead.
This book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places.
Hey, and this is what happens, when basically demons, which is unclean spirit energy that influences you. We all started off with demons, like we all had demons on us before we came into the truth. The second we heard this truth, and his word captivated us to where we automatically wanted to change. That was when the Lord cleansed us. He sent those demons, he cast those demons off of us that very moment. But those demons is out there looking for a spot to kick it. Because that's how they operate. They have to be inside of a house
to really do what they do.
To do what they do.
Seeking rest.
They're trying to find somewhere to chill, man.
Post up.
And why you think those demons, when the Lord casted those demons
off of Legion,
off of Legion, they went straight to the pigs. They need somewhere to go. Yeah. And those pigs was even like, I'd rather die than to stay
Yeah.
plagued with these demons on me,
Right.
man.
Remember the movie Fallen? That's what that
Azazel?
was. That Azazel spirit, that wicked spirit. He needed somebody wicked, quick. I'm gonna hop in him.
Yeah, they only hop on wicked souls.
Yeah,
If you're a wicked person, the demons are gonna activate through you.
And at the beginning and the end of that movie, he said,
Yeah.
I was telling the time that I almost died.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that spirit, that wicked demon, it can hop from person to person.
Yep. Go ahead.
and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return to my house from which I came out.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Why is he returning? It's because the Lord saw that this individual, he basically turned back. He went back into the world.
Yeah.
He went from righteousness back to sin.
Hey, so if I may, sometimes you may not have fallen off, and they'll come to check. The demons will come check on you, and you still, it's still
They'll
clean
try
over there.
to tempt you.
Yeah, to see if you're gonna go back.
They come back in the
old
form
ways.
of different temptations.
It could be families, a bunch of avenues that'll entice you, that the demon will hop on to try to get back into you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished.
Ready. You ready for the demons to come play and kick you. You know? You set up, oh damn, it ain't dry, it's popping in there now. And then what happens?
Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
The party crashers and the ones that, they fun. You're talking about those type of people that come to the party. They fun, but they fuck shit up in there. They're worse than just you being a cool demon doing your drugs or whatever. They bringing all types of destructive and they're just things way worse than the original demon in the first place.
You might have had a drug demon before you came into the truth. Then you got sober. You rehabilitated yourself. And you was good for a minute, but then them demons came back to try to tempt you. You gave in to the temptation, and now that habit is coming back, and now it's worse. Not only is it worse, but now you got a whole set of other demons on you. You know, now you want to drink along with whatever it is that you shoot yourself up.
Now you want to commit adultery when you get high and drunk.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like you can just continue on and on and on.
And that's these people that you see walking up and down here. That's them.
Yep.
They got a multitude of demons on them, man. You know?
And they
And so like in 7 means completion. So the Lord could put a whole number of demons on you, and you won't even know that you got that amount of demons on you. That's what's scary about it. You know? Go ahead.
and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
The last state of that man is worse than the first. So that means you're more spiritually poor. You're more jacked up now, man. You know? And that's the curse that the Lord put on the unrighteous, the untoward generation. This wicked generation, the Lord put that as a curse on them. You know? Because these are the same niggas that constantly kept rebelling against the Most High. And even came against Yahushua. Remember that lesson you did when you was dealing with Legion?
Go on.
And you looked up the name of that town that they found Legion at, and it was a specific, it had a certain meaning to it. Damn, what was it, man? It started with a G though. It's, look for let me see.
Pigs and pigs.
Yeah, Legion. might be like Mark 9, Mark 8. But it talked about the city that they found Legion in. And when you look up the name of the actual Gadarenes. When you look up what it actually means a reward. Basically, when the Lord plague you like that, that's the Lord basically rewarding you. He's gonna preserve your ass through those demons. He's gonna keep you and bug you out and torment you until that final day of judgment.
Reward at the end.
Reward at the end.
Yeah.
So that's the curse of the wicked.
Yeah.
I'm a plague you with all these spirits on you. I'm gonna bug you out, but I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then in the end, you're gonna receive your end reward. Go ahead, huh?
Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation.
Hey, so that wicked ass generation, that plague is reserved for their ass, man. So you see Jake come into the truth and they fall out, and then they super bugged out. The Most High got them in that state because He's gonna reserve their ass. That's a confirmation that they're gonna be destroyed. And then the 2/3 of Jake that got those evil spirits on them, they're being preserved for destruction. You know, they're being preserved to receive that reward of the wicked. You know? And what is the reward of the wicked?
Right.
Give me Psalms 11 and 6.
It's the book of It's the book of Psalms 11 and 6. Upon the wickedness ye shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest.
Which is what? The second death. That's the second death right there, man. Go ahead.
This shall be the portion of their cup.
That shall be the portion of their cup. Meaning what? That's their reward. All right, the Lord's going to reward you according to your works, man. Whether you have did good or evil. You know? So that's a sign. Like if you got all those different evil spirits on you, the Lord cursed you to that moment. Okay? Hey, and you even had certain men that Paul cursed. He talks about giving a man over to Satan.
Yeah.
That's what that's talking about. Go to 1 Corinthians 5. 1 Corinthians, the 5th chapter.
1 Corinthians 5 and then at the top of it.
Yeah, you can start at the top because, you know, just go into the offense that one of those dudes in the church committed.
1 Corinthians 5 and 1.
And this was he learned the truth, right? So he knew that committing adultery is wrong, fornication is these are sins unto death, right? But evidently that temptation got his ass, that demon crept in, and he got overtook it. You know, pursuant to what James the 1st chapter, when it talks about a man is enticed, by his temptation, and that lust, that lust, it brings forth sin, and the sin brings forth death. Go ahead. I think it was like James 1 and 12, 13.
1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1, it is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as it is not much as named among the Gentiles, but one should have his father's wife.
Man, you trying to pop your dad's thing, you know what I'm saying? That's his thing, man. And you got wicked jakes that'll do something like that. You know?
Didn't Gad?
Huh?
Didn't Gad do that?
I think it was Reuben.
Reuben, yeah.
That's why he lost his inheritance, because he was the first. He was the firstborn. That's going off. Go ahead.
It says, and ye are puffed up and have not rather mourned that ye have done this deed.
Wait, hold on. Read that again.
And ye are puffed up
You proud of so you proud that you did that? That's how much lack of honor and integrity that you got. Like you're not ashamed that you did that. That you just committed a grave sin.
Yeah.
You know, something that according to the ancient world, if you did this, you receive no mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. You know, you immediately got put off the earth, man. Go ahead.
It says, and ye are puffed up and have not rather mourned.
You ain't even mourn. Like you're not even remorseful. You know, because the scriptures say all manner of sin could be forgiven except blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. But even within that, if you do commit a sin that's, you know, damn near unto death, you're really supposed to feel godly sorrow, man.
Yep.
You know, you supposed to like feel like you like, man, I deserve to die.
Look how Paul looked at himself.
David.
Yeah, David. Yep.
You don't have that level of remorse, man. He acknowledged that he was worthy of death, and guess what? Even though the Lord had mercy on him and didn't kill him, the Lord put him through fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go through what David went through. You know?
Quick precept.
Yeah.
I got definitely.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker.
That's what happens. Your mind is not even focused on serving the Lord. Now you're just serving your own wicked pleasure, man. You know? That's that pride, man. That's the spirit of a reprobate. A man that's void of judgment because he doesn't have the fear of the Lord. You know, that's reckless behavior, man. You know, being presumptuous. You think that you could just do what you're gonna do and the Lord's gonna just give you a pass. No, that's not how things work, bro.
Judgment against sentence against the evil work, if not executed speedily, the hearts of the sons of men are fully set in them to do evil.
And that's why they don't see it coming when the Lord allowed them to keep doing what they doing in their pride, and then out of nowhere, some shit happens to their ass, man.
Right.
Now you coming up with a cough, you know, and now you're trying to figure out, damn, how did I end up like this? Why I got tubes in my arm?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why is my life getting ready to slip away?
Yeah.
But hey, was there more on that verse? I know it said there's more to that.
Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination.
Pour out abomination.
Detestable acts.
Which is something that you're supposed to despise, you're supposed to abhor. Hate thou abominations vehemently. But if you proud, you're not daunted with fear. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Who gonna stop you?
Who gonna stop me? That's that stubborn, rebellious spirit. And that's the spirit that's
stiff-hearted and stiff-necked and hard-hearted.
Come.
Deadly mindset.
Yeah.
That's deadly, bro.
That's why the Lord said rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Stubbornness is as idolatry. Go ahead.
And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
God.
You know? Sodom and Gomorrah.
God.
The motherfuckers, they were proud.
Yeah.
That's why they got so bad, you know. The Most High was like, I gotta fuck that place up. Lot, take your wife and your 2 daughters, get the hell out of here. I'm finna fuck that place up.
God.
They're too proud, man. I can't suffer them in this wickedness, man. It's too great. You know, every man and woman is turned out.
God. Yeah.
Burning their lust towards each other. You know? So therefore, the Lord has, pending judgment waiting for you, man. Go back to that in Corinthians 5.
Okay. 1 Corinthians 5:2. And ye are puffed up and have not rather mourned.
Hey, pride.
Yep.
You pour out abominations through pride, man. Go ahead. So this was a demon. This was a nigga that crept in unawares in the church. Go ahead.
It says, that he that hath done this deed might be taken away from among you.
Hey, that he might be taken, like, hey, he's out of there.
Yeah.
Excommunication. Okay? Get his ass up out of here, man. Go ahead.
For verily, I, as absent in body, but present in spirit, have judged already, as though I were present, concerning him that hath done this deed.
I ain't even there, but in
It's
spirit,
easy
I
to
already
see.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Get that motherfucker out of the church, man.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
In the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, when ye are gathered together in my spirit, with the power of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to deliver such a one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, death, right? That the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Meaning what? The Lord give you over to them 7 other unclean spirits, the Lord basically bug you the hell out. Basically, you get tormented. Them demons get on you, man. He gave you over to Satan. Now Satan is your right hand. He has dominion over you now.
And think about how that is, like we were talking about the unclean spirit. Now Satan or the wicked demon spirits know, I got me a for sure spot to go to now to be a damn demon. I get to go to this guy all the time and just push off all kinds of wickedness. But I'm still looking for something else. But if all else fails, I know I got this guy. I can always go back. It's no place like home,
Yeah. So that's what happened to this individual. He gave him over to Satan, meaning what? He cursed him.
Yeah.
Paul told the church, hey, curse that nigga. We can't have that in the church. And do you know what it means to curse? It basically means to consecrate something for the purpose of receiving a reward. In a negative sense. All right, was it where the Lord when I think it might have been where is it at? Where it says let that man be accursed. I think it's in John, or is it in 1 Corinthians?
Let that man be accursed.
Yeah, let him be accursed.
I think it's Galatians 1.
Yeah. Somebody go to that and look up the word curse.
Accursed.
Yeah.
But it brings not this doctrine.
Either one.
You want that word?
I just want that word. Because when you give somebody over to Satan, you really cursing them. I remember dudes used to get on us because they had a problem with us sending up curses on people. Like, hey, vocab.
Yeah.
Vocab, K-dub. They say the tactics of the Hebrew Israelites. Beware of the tactics of the Hebrew Israelites. Some of them like to send up curses on people. Well, hey, Paul just sent up a curse on an individual.
And he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
He sent it by way of letter.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Yep.
Galatians 1, I'm going to start at 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into grace of Yahushua unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahushua. But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you, that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Let him be accursed. So if you're teaching a heresy that goes against the established doctrine, you're just as good as a curse, because now you're trying to deceive the Lord's sheep. All right, you're trying to lead the Lord's sheep to death. Hey, he that If you shall offend one of his little ones that believe on him, it's better that you hang a millstone about your neck and it be cast into the sea. In other words, you're worthy of death. All right. So you're accursed. A lot of dudes that came into this thing over the years and they got disgruntled or they got upset at something, they got offended, and they left the camp and started teaching their own doctrine and led a lot of wicked jakes, astray. The Lord already cursed them. All right? More than likely, like Nazariah and all them cats that came through and they did what they did, Yakko Wacko and the Flat Earthers, those dudes they got extra spirits on them because the Lord's gonna preserve them unto the missiles. Time. You know? They ain't out there on the streets anymore.
You put your hand to the plow and turn back, you curse.
Yeah, you curse yourself.
Yeah.
So if you look up that word curse, a curse, it should be anathema or anathema. I think it starts with an A, or it might be a different word.
Yeah, that's anathema.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Which means a thing set up or laid by an order to be kept. A thing devoted to the Most High without hope.
Ooh.
Of
You ain't got no hope.
Dang.
You
Devoted to the.
a thing devoted to him with that has no hope.
Hopeless.
You like an Edomite.
Yeah. The Lord got you just in outer darkness. And ain't nothing we could do about that, player.
You set up for that. Hey, sorry.
I can't do nothing for you.
Damn.
And that's why some people come by and be like, nah, we see them demons on this. It's not for you, man. I don't think you can pull them demons off.
What's this about? You already said that.
Yeah, you can see it from afar, right?
Yeah.
a thing devoted to the Most High without hope of being redeemed. And if any...
And so like in the Zondervans, that's what
what
a
happened
similar
to Esau.
description described in
Kind.
Edom. Yeah.
So if you curse, you're a spiritual Edomite.
The only
Nation.
neighbor of the Israelites that were not promised any mercy in future future judgment and future prophecy.
Yep.
And if an animal to be slain, therefore a person or thing doomed to destruction.
Man.
So when he delivered that dude under Satan, that's what that meant. You know?
Yeah.
Because the day of the Lord, when Yahushua comes back, that's the day of doom. Okay? That's the day of doom right there, man. You know? Hey, and an example of that, because Paul said, if any man pervert the gospel, he teach a whole other gospel, let him be accursed. There's an example of that. Go to 1 Timothy 1 and start like around 16. Because you have men bringing in heresies into the church. You know, leading men astray. You know, teaching doctrines of devils and shit, man.
1 and 17.
Yeah, start.
Howbeit this cause take mercy.
Yeah, start at 18. Yeah, 18.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some, having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck.
Yeah, meaning what? They got going back to that, and we was talking about that foundation. These dudes didn't have that foundation.
Wasn't rooted.
It wasn't rooted, so you know they got swept with that wind. Okay.
But still, it goes back to Matthew 13 about the different levels of soil. Some fell on good ground, some fell on stony. When tribulation arise because of the truth, you know what I'm saying? They were offended. Yeah. They went through shit and they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Offended
what
by
these,
environment.
what Paul's is calling out, they didn't necessarily go through that tribulation, but what they did was they got enticed through the temptations. That basically Satan came to them and told them, "Hey, Paul's teach having Timothy teach us is off. They going off. Matter of fact, the resurrection that he's teaching us, that already came to pass already. You teach somebody that basically saying, I ain't got hope then. If the resurrection already happened, you know, so the Lord already came back. Is that what you're saying? But then, hey, why should I even continue to believe this thing? And you have a doctrine like that that's alive on the earth today. It's called preterism. Where they teach that everything was already fulfilled by 70 AD.
Yeah, the Edomites done away with.
Yeah. Everything is already fulfilled. So
This the
basically, we're in the kingdom now. We can put the Bible down. You ain't gotta know we ain't in the book of Revelation. All that was fulfilled too. You know?
They can never tell you
Like
when.
the Edomite vocab and
So imagine if a brother in Great Millstone started teaching something. He ain't a brother no more. And guess what? You're accursed. Alright, brothers will send up curses on your ass real quick when you teach something like that. And then not only that, but you coming up with scriptures that try to like justify, like you got your little precepts to actually try to back up that doctrine of the devil. You handling the word of the Most High deceitfully to lead Jake to death.
You scattered the flock.
Yeah, you really trying to kill brothers' hope too.
Exactly. I mean, should you not? So would we be wrong if we cursed a so-called brother that start teaching that and start saying the apostles and elders they going off? So just imagine that. So going into this time frame, that was what was going on in the church. Timothy reported back to Paul like, "Yo, they talking about the resurrection is already past. I don't recall you ever teaching us this. Well, hey, I'm gonna set up some curses on them niggas." Go ahead.
I started at 18.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll continue at 19. Holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck, of whom Hymenaeus and Alexander,
These were the two culprits, so to speak. I tried to bring that poison into the church. Okay?
whom I delivered unto Satan.
Whom I delivered unto Satan. Cursed. He let both of their ass be accursed. Yeah. This thing is no joke. It's a scary thing. That's why we knowing these type of things, it should make you want to fear him. It should make you want to fear him.
Real quick. 2 Corinthians.
Hey, that's why the brothers been having it tight where, those of you brothers, if you making videos, you want to make sure you're teaching exactly what you're learning. Don't go off don't go elsewhere with it, man. Don't try to create your own little avenue and go that route away from where the rest of us is going.
Stick to the script.
Stick to the script, man. Because you can damn near bring damnation on yourself. That's why, the elders, the apostles been, tightening up the church. Like if you got younger brothers in the camp and they not really edifying or they kind of going off, it's best that those brothers just send the videos to the camp head, to make sure that you on point. And if you making multiple videos and there's things wrong with them, they're not edifying, or you going off in particular areas, you might have to just stop making videos and just be a reader until we can trust that you can come back on that level, man. And that's part of caring for the. That's part of caring for the church. That's being an overseer.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm trying to watch for your soul.
Yeah.
That's not throwing people out, but trying to nip it in the bud before it becomes a reason to deliver you over to Satan.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you believe it as a doctrine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because once that thing becomes seared into your mind, like whatever doctrine it is that you think is right, even though it's going completely off, and no matter how many scriptures brother bring to you to show that is wrong, but you still like, nah, man, I've been meditating on it, I fasted.
Yeah,
on it. That's how we know that you've been seared. Your conscience has been seared, man.
When you find out, like, nah, I just gotta do it.
That's the Lord giving you over to Satan, man. So now you gotta be in that mind. And is this nigga still teaching the flat Earth, or is he still in a? What happened to being a defender for the gospel? So if flat Earth was your gospel, where are you to defend it?
Right.
You should be out there on the highways and byways, diligently.
Founded flat Earth.
You know what I'm saying?
Proclaiming flat.
Claiming flat.
Yeah.
Claiming flat.
Defend your position. But you know that your spirit already knew that, man. What I look like going out there, that's my ministry. Ain't nobody finna wake up to that. Ain't nobody finna come and follow you through that shit.
Why didn't you consider that before you were enticed by that devil? With the Most High, hey.
Hey, the Lord, that was your lot.
If I can get this right quick.
Yep. Unless we can start wrapping up.
2 Corinthians 5:11, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
Man. The Lord can have you messed up, man. You know? He can have you messed up. Hey, when certain dudes that when they fall out, when you look at their countenance, they don't even look the same. When they was with you, they looked all vibrant and they had a little healthy, you know what I'm saying, weight to their face.
What's that one guy? I wouldn't. You guys know him from Dallas. Element.
Element, yeah.
How he looks now. You know. Versus when he was in the truth.
That's how you know the spirits is plaguing them, man. Hey, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. When the Lord send those spirits on you, that's the plague of the heart, man. Fear, hey, we always go into that. Yahweh Shai said, fear not him. That can only kill the body. But rather fear him that can destroy both your body and soul in hell. And we know that hell is just a state or condition. Misery, that's hell. Okay? The Lord have it to where you damn near in a fucking straitjacket, you in an asylum somewhere. You want to kill yourself, you trying to commit suicide, you can't even do it. Because you rather die. You know? No, the Lord ain't trying to kill you, He trying to reserve your ass in torment. That's worse than death itself. That's a lot worse, right? So that's why it's important to fear Him, man.